Hi. So we're going to take a minute just to think about the canoe. And up on my screen is the book. And I have pages 14 and 15 up. And we're going to focus particularly at the bottom of 14. I'm not really sure why it's not. There we go. And the top of 15. So I want to take a look at right here is where we're focusing to right here. Okay. And I wanted to take a look at some of the ways the canoe is discussed. So they have come back from the doctors, and in chapter 2, it describes the setting in great detail as we studied on Monday. And now we've got Kino and Juana going down to the beach and getting in the canoe. And the first thing that we see is that it's described as the one thing of value he owned in the world. So we right away get the impression that he and Juana don't have a lot of material things, okay? And we see it says that it's been basically passed down generation to generation. We've got the grandfather bringing it from Nayarit, which we don't know where Nayarit is, but obviously the grandfather and the father, there was some movements. They didn't live in the same place. It goes to the father, and now it comes to Kino. So Kino's third generation that's had this canoe. So we see that there's this tradition or this passing down of one item. In some of our families, we may have that. You may get something from a grandparent or an aunt, or even from your mom that she got it from her mom or her grandmother, or from your father, okay? And then the next thing, I'm just going to erase those marks. The next thing that we see is that it says that it is a source of food and that it can protect a woman against starvation. It guarantees that a woman will eat. So this is important in two ways. The first is that we realize that in order for the family to be able to eat and have food, they have to have the canoe to go out to make the money to buy the food or to get the food or to trade for things for food. Second thing that we see in this quote is that the man of the family is the caretaker. He's the caregiver. He's the one that goes out and he's the breadwinner, which means he's making the money to bring back to provide for the family. So he's the provider. That's a very patriarchal kind of idea of culture, and that man is the center. Then on the top of 15, we see that it says that every year Kino refinishes his canoe, and he does it with this plaster, with this method that came from his father. So if he's doing this every year, it shows that he values it a lot. It's very meaningful to him. It's very important to him. He's putting the time in to maintain it and take care of it. He touches it tenderly. Tenderly is a word that describes a way of affectionately touching something, and that you have a sort of feeling and compassion towards it. So we can see through this piece of evidence that he really cares about this canoe. It's got some meaning to him. It symbolizes this tradition of passing things down, and also it's a symbol of him being able to provide for his family. So it's so important to him. Okay, and so that is all I want to talk with you about. You can go ahead and answer the questions now.